and antisocial anime shirt.
Oh, okay.
Excellent.
So I am dressed.
Okay.
So you become a VTuber so you can be pants optional.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why they become a VTuber. Mm-hmm.
Totally.
Exactly why.
That's that 100%.
Oh, is Magic not going to show her pretty face tonight?
No,
No,
she said
I had a headache and just the bright lights. I'm living in a cave right now. It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that I'm like overly tired from traveling yesterday, so I get that.
This way, when I die, you won't be able to see the real tears.
No.
So, you know.
Mud, how excited are you for Willow this week?
For what?
You see they do the Willow reboot?
No, I didn't know that was happening.
Yeah, on Disney Plus, they have a new whole TV series with Warwick Davis back as Willow and as much of the original cast as possible. I am painfully cautiously optimistic.
Hmm.
I'm terrified they're going to F it up miserably.
Yeah.
But I so badly want it to be good because Willow. I watched it recently, still holds up. Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So good. Let's see.
Don't worry, Magic. If your character dies tonight, I'll draw a picture of your character.
Really?
Aww.
Will it have a handprint on one cheek from Cathala?
Knuckles.
Yeah.
I think
a
Cathala would have done a
fingerprint.
closed fist. Honestly.
You probably would have done the closed fist, but that is a good idea. I mean, it's better than my idea of just a grave.
Wow. Disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll do.
I know you're
with a
threatened
nice little...
by Wilhelmina's beauty. It's okay.
Very threatening.
I truthfully don't even know what she looks like. So yeah, totally threatened.
Look
You're
at the
about to
stream.
find out. You're about to-
That's my thing now.
It's up there on the
say it
stream.
From now
I don't
on, I'm
see you
gonna
on
say
stream yet.
it's-
Oh.
It's no.
Did you stop it?
We're live. How dare you?
Enough.
Oh no!
We are live. How dare you? I love you so much, dude.
Just the perfect amount of
This is so indignant.
disgust.
I love it.
Yeah, indignation is perfect.
I know. Mud does indignant so well.
How dare you?
I am personally offended. This.
Well, if that's Wilhelmina, she's definitely guilty of
Oh
something.
my god!
She's not. She's
Guilty
a
of
traitor.
saving your
She's
sorry
guilty
butts too many
of
times.
something. Just took one look at her. Guilty. What'd I do?
What are you gonna save us from? You're stuck in a crystal.
I'm
And
not.
almost
She's
dead.
not.
I'm not anymore.
She
You,
struck
you are
the
until we
deal.
start the game.
You made
You're
a
still
deal with
stuck
the
in it
devil.
until the game starts.
Well, I'm so glad I came back, guy. Again, I can tell you missed me a lot.
Wait a minute.
I
What
did.
happened?
I'm
What
actually happy.
happened? Somebody messed with my cheese. Who moved my cheese?
Free cheese.
Me, I did.
Also,
Hi.
people are labeled incorrectly on your overlay.
Because
No.
Gigan turned off his thing to
No.
make his green eye green
I
again.
never turned it off.
Oh.
No.
I never
well,
turned
then-
it off.
No. Pie left.
No,
I-
the Zoom has been crashing on me. So-
Oh, it's Zoom's fault, sure.
Hey,
What up, Nightbringer?
hey, Andrew.
Hi, Andrew.
It's time. They all must die, Andrew. Every single one of them.
Yay!
We'll just figure out who we're talking about once we get started.
Can't see it, but I've got a nervous look on my face.
Oh, it's fun. It's fun times.
I mean, I'm secretly hoping we survive and somehow Corin finds his love for a certain.
Oh. Hey, she turned
forgot
out to
about-
be a looker. She was just wearing some really
she's
awful
good-looking.
armor.
Come on.
She
Why
just
you
need
gotta
the
hate on her?
bath and get out of that armor.
I wasn't hating on her. I was trying to hook her up, but I mean, Corin was all against that.
Oh, Corin has a special face or special place for what's her face?
I'm pretty sure Van Halen made a song about what's going on with Corin. I got it bad, got it bad, got it bad. I'm hot for teacher.
Yep.
I got it bad, so bad. I'm hot for teacher. So funny. All right, while we're waiting for people to file
Shuffle in.
here, to shuffle, to do the truffle shuffle, let's talk about some Thanksgiving stuff real quick, because that's apparently the thing. Does anybody do any of the non-turkey versions of Thanksgiving, like the Italian? Don't the Italians do like the 7 fishes thing, or is that Christmas?
Not me.
We do like
I don't
turkey
know.
and ham.
Yeah, we do
Turkey
turkey
and
and ham.
Delicious.
See, I like ham, but ham has always been a Christmas thing in my house.
Goose for Christmas. Thank
Damn
you.
it, Mimi. Really?
And goose.
What?
Teletubbies?
It's Krathok.
Somebody's bringing them back too. I saw an ad that they're like,
No.
they're bringing back Teletubbies. I'm like, why?
What
God, I hate Teletubbies.
Killing me. Killing me, Smalls.
That's why I did it, because it's so ridiculous. Hi,
It is
Sakura.
ridiculous. Sakura!
It's a Sakura.
No, they, there was a poll I saw at some point this week that was like, what's the side dish that you have or that you bring on Thanksgiving? And like the whole like western third of the United States was like a salad. And I'm hoping
What?
that's like a different kind of salad than just like leafy salad. Like, is it a Waldorf? Is it a potato salad? Is it a something salad? Like, tell me you're doing fruit salad, maybe. Not just leafy greens. Like, why? Who wants to be the person bringing leafy greens to Thanksgiving? Got to do the green bean casserole, or the scalloped potatoes.
I'm a dressing main myself.
Oh,
With a bit of gravy.
ooh, dressing with some gravy.
Yeah.
I have to make an uneasy confession. my mother-in-law uses canned gravy.
What?
My mother-in-law, she uses canned gravy.
Oh.
Some people just aren't skilled.
And I just, it hurts my soul every time, because she makes amazing everything else. Like,
Yeah, but you
truly
know
amazing.
what? Some people just
But it's
can't
just-
make gravy. Like my sister, she can't. It turns out lumpy every time.
I only recently learned how to do it.
Just
And the easy way to do it so it doesn't turn out lumpy is you mix the flour with the water before you put it in the pan.
Yeah, but
Hmm.
even still, people still get lumpy stuff with that.
and you know what the other trick
So-
is that you stagger when you enter. You put
Yeah.
a little in.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then you mix it in.
Yep.
Stagger.
Mhm.
Put it in. Stagger. Put it in, and it's got to be hot enough, or else it clumps. It clumps
Mhm.
because it gets too cool. Anyway, so yes, Sakura. We're talking about Thanksgiving traditions while we're giving people a chance to file in here to be
Yes.
what may be the final.
I'm making the pies this year.
Ooh.
It's the final.
I'm learning how to make
countdown.
pecan pie for the first time.
Okay.
Oh, pecan pie is a lot of butter, a lot of sugar,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
pecan.
Yeah, I got all that. I'm,
All right,
I'm
so
ready.
so don't hate, but I have another confession.
No, don't you say it. I already know what's gonna happen. You're gonna say that you hate pecan pie.
No,
And then
I-
it's gonna make
Never
me
had
very
it?
sad.
I love pumpkin pie, but my favorite pumpkin pie is a store-bought.
Oh.
That's actually honestly that's not that bad, because like making your own pumpkin pie is actually really difficult.
Like, homemade pumpkin pie is just typically like really loose.
Well, it's also really more bland.
Well, I mean, I've had some
Because
pretty
people-
flavorful homemade pie, but
Yeah.
it's always just loose. Whereas when they make it in a store, because they batch it and then they chill it and do a couple different steps, that it basically is like a pumpkin cheesecake, right? Like, it's nice and it's good. I love them. I love them so much. Just completely cover it in Cool Whip, and my life is made.
Oh, Cool Whip.
Don't even. Don't even.
I was just gonna say that everyone saying it that way, hurts the inner Southerner in me.
I mean,
Cool Whip?
no one buys it in my house, so we usually just use like Ready Whip or whatever.
Wait,
But
how are you
I prefer
supposed to
Cool Whip.
say this?
Pecan pie.
Oh,
No.
pecan pie?
No.
Pecan.
Pecan. Pecan.
It is a
Oh.
southern. It is a southern.
No. Pecan. Pecan. Pecan is
Pecan.
something that you pee in when you're camping. You pee in a pecan. And then you toss it out. Pecan.
It is a southern word.
It is the state tree of Texas,
Southern
and it is
word.
pecan.
Okay, so then let me ask you this. Is it coupon or coupon?
It's coupon.
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 I say
It should be
coupon, just
coupon.
to annoy my sister, and I love it every
All right,
time.
look, I'm gonna go down to the creek and get some mud bugs.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. I am all the triggered by the crick. Please don't.
Oh, bless your heart.
Thank you. I'll take that. I'll take that all day.
No, you
Mimi.
won't.
I will. I will take a bless your heart if I correct you on the fact that there is no I, H, or anything to be found anywhere near a creek ever. That's why there's two E's in the damn word, is because they really wanted you to go E when you see the creek. It's fine.
What was that shrill sound in the middle?
Yeah, it's an E. It's not an eh. There's no crick. You have a crick in your neck. You go to the creek. I love the people.
Is it router or rooter?
It's
It's a
router.
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 Definitely router.
Who calls it a? I've never even heard someone.
Well,
call it a
because
router.
British.
some people also call
Ruta.
it. They'll
It's a
use
ruta.
root instead of route.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess.
But those are acceptable interchanges. But yeah. No, I was actually going to say, so growing up in California, we are very no accent, don't typically have funny ways of saying words at all. It's usually just like the straight hooked on phonics version of words. And but you got me on that one, Mimi. Coupon. That's one that I guess I didn't realize was a thing.
Oh yeah.
Because it totally should be coupon. But I grew up saying coupons. I don't know why.
Fun phonics worked for me.
That's
Called
right.
A B C D E F G.
Oh man.
All I'm gonna say is everyone needs some fried cinnamon apples for Thanksgiving.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, that sounds good, actually.
sounds
Send
good.
me the recipe, Guyan.
Oh, Grey Poupon. Sacre says Grey Poop. Pass the Grey Poupon.
Grey poupon.
Those commercials were the best. Straight up.
Yes. You have any Grey poupon?
You need the Grey Poupon. Oh, that's great. All right. Well, I think it's about time that we venture into once more into the abyss.
Death and despair. Woo!
So, I'm just gonna say this.
Hmm.
Oh.
We all died.
I'm just gonna say this. Actually, I'm gonna do a look up here real quick.
Are you looking up all our health right now?
Yes, yes, 100%. Looking up all the health.
I have 14 less than I would have if Kadela hadn't slapped me in the face.
You do
It's
have
true.
14 less.
If you weren't so suspicious, you'd have 14 more
Don't
HP.
be
Don't be
suspicious.
suspicious. Don't
don't
be
know where I
suspicious.
had 8,
Don't
9
be
damage,
suspicious. All right, so the first video that I published for Rime and the Frostmaiden was in January of 2021. However, we started this campaign, I'm pretty sure, in November of 2020.
I can
We
tell
did.
you,
Yes. We definitely started.
we
before.
started on November 2nd, 2020.
So here we are, 2 years later. And I'm going to take us down a little bit of memory lane here, because this very well could be one of, if not the final episode of this campaign. So, started out with a crew of adventurers that were at a college to learn how to be adventurers. They took a history class, about the wonderful Icewind Dale and the time of the Frostmaiden. Something went horribly wrong when they were trying to take a field trip to Icewind Dale and got launched back in time to the time where the rime was happening. They had no idea what was going on. They had no idea what to do. They had no idea where to go. And after a series of shenanigans happening in East Haven, Targos, and a bunch of other areas, they finally kind of made their way and started finding a place in their current time with no hope of returning. After some departures, some sad departures, where we had Tika essentially possessed by a demon after slaying the Shardlin dragon, and then using the power of said demon to defeat Zardarak Sunblight and save everyone from the Duergar dwarves and their ascension from the Underdark. We also had Magic, who had brought to life Estia for us, needed to step away and take care of some things as well. We picked up a pie and we picked up a mud dog, so we gained a Krathok and a Corrin over time. And in doing so, realized that there was some foul play in the magic of the Frostmaiden. Memories had been altered, and the entire time where the party had been going through their existence, trying to find their way, they came to find out that ultimately it was a sinister spell meant to trick them into thinking that they were less powerful than they were, because the Frostmaiden wanted to suppress all of the heroes in Icewind Dale so she could rule more easily unopposed. After regaining memories to a certain extent, and understanding just how sinister this plot had been, the party banded together with a new vigor to end this awful winter, to regain their former selves. And they further went on journeys to try and find answers of how to take out the Frostmaiden. That led them into the mountains to try and repair the relationships of the Goliath tribes. That took them on the backs of griffins to a prison to interrogate a wizard. In the meantime, it also brought them to confrontation with the Frostmaiden, one that nearly ended all of their lives if they wouldn't have been picked up by Poppy's mother's tribe, who then forced one of them to fight to the death for their freedom or be executed to the Frostmaiden. After the death of Draethar, the party heroically rescuing his body with the help of Draethar's sister, who was tracking them down, they made their way back to safety, only to be confronted once again by Poppy's mother and her tribe. After slaying them at the expense of another life, they ran into Valine Harpel, who was, thankfully due to the many riches the party had been able to gather on their travels, use a number of highly powerful runes or stones and her own magic to both bring back Draethar and the speaker. Doing so, the party committed themselves to helping Valine recover a lost artifact sacred to her family, as well as investigate a tome that very well could hold a secret to ending the everlasting rime. That took them north. It took them to the hole of Angajuk, a whale. And after ringing his bell and waiting for him, they fended off a party of hunters, gaining favor of the whale. The whale ushered them to the Isle of Floating Ice, Grimskala. After investigating and wandering and being led around by a creepy flying ice creature, the party encountered many horrors in addition to freezing conditions and demoralized just icy wasteland. Fighting off sharks, making friends with a walrus, fighting off a giant yeti, an ice troll, and eventually a giant bird. The party, exhausted, beat up, had nowhere to run. And an infuriated Frostmaiden has now confronted the party, of which they have now defeated her second form, and she is currently building to be reborn into her final form. This has been 2 years to get here. So many twists and turns, so many peaks and valleys of emotion. Loss, redemption. The addition of, once again, magic in the form of Wilhelmina, a mysterious newcomer who is extremely powerful, apparently. They all fought the Frostmaiden. Where we last left everyone, Wilhelmina was encased in ice due to some familiar spell of the Frostmaiden that almost ended everyone in the party when it was last used against them. The party's beat up. Hit points are varied. You're bruised, you're tired, spell slots are gone. What will you do? What will you do now that as you watch the body of the maiden, this crystallized being, body shatter, light blinding everyone, the stillness causing a vacuum where you can feel energy and ice being pulled, almost pulling you all into this central vortex left by this explosion. The light finally fades, and you all see a raging spherical tempest. Massive ball of swirling ice. Peering into it, you can't make out anything. Wilhelmina, in all of this, you reach out with your mind to whatever power will hear you for a chance to save yourself and fulfill your purpose. You hear a voice cry back out to you. It's a deal. And you are slowly feeling the warmth return to your limbs. Icy fingers you couldn't feel anymore now have movement. And you feel the interior of this ice crystal begin to become more liquid as it heats and heats and heats, and you begin to see cracks and eventually shatters, dropping you a short distance onto the ground. Your inner core feeling very warm despite having been completely frozen just moments earlier. And you were freed from this crystal. The rest of you have time for one action. What do you all do before we continue on in initiative order?
You remind us of initiative order and where we're at in that, so we can.
Wilhelmina's first. Poppy, you are second. Drathar is third. Corin is fourth. Krathok is fifth. And Cathala is sixth.
Can I roll for a death save?
Yeah.
I'm out, by the way.
Krathok
Oh, I forgot about that.
is down. Yes, you can make a death save roll.
I mean, technically,
Yay!
Corin is kind of near him.
Well, Corin went to Wilhelmina, I thought.
That's a 13.
Yeah,
right?
but
13 passes.
A 13 does pass.
Yeah.
That is a successful death save. Congratulations.
Wilhelmina was kind of up near where Krathok was, because Krathok was going to fight up close, and that's where
Yeah.
Wilhelmina was trying to pass by. So Corin was heading in the direction of technically both of them.
Before you go down that road, Wilhelmina was 30 to 35 feet to the left of where you all are looking at the Frostmaiden. Krathok was in front of the Frostmaiden. So, Corin was making his way over to Wilhelmina and did have almost enough time to get very close. So we're going to be generous and say that there is probably roughly a 30-foot gap or so between where Corin is and where Krathok is. However, Krathok's body is right at the edge of this roaring tempest that seems to be growing in size by the second.
Double check my spells.
We'll just go in order. Poppy, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna hold an action.
Okay.
Hold my bow.
All right. Drathar, what do you want to do?
Drathar and Kazza both are gonna hide.
Where?
Behind
the
a
snow.
snowflake.
Behind a snowflake.
Non-existent
There are
snowflakes.
no snowflakes anymore.
There doesn't have to be snowflakes. There's piles of snow you said earlier. They
There
can
are.
duck down
You're-
behind
you're-
them or jump in
You're
them.
gonna go groundhog and just barrel into the snow.
Bugs
There's
Bunny
got to
style.
be something that would be able to hide behind it. If it's a pile of snow, it's a pile of snow.
Knight is never gonna have a rogue in his campaign
Do you
again.
want to build a snowman?
Right, screw it. We'll build a quick snowman and then hide behind it.
Exactly.
Can you imagine just looking over? Drathar, what the hell are you doing? I'm building a snowman. Why? So I can hide.
Don't forget the carrot nose.
Sure. You can attempt to hide. But that means you'll be prone underneath snow. Is that what you want to do?
Fine, I won't do that. They'll continue running towards the side and stay about 130 feet away from whatever the center of this thing is.
Just saying. Okay.
See, I already know you. There's that one session where you're targeting both of my characters. I'm good.
I don't know what you're so upset about.
I also don't need some. The Frostmaiden comes crashing down randomly on top of one of your characters.
It's not
Well, we
his
know
fault you
she's-
failed your dexterity check. Come
Listen,
Well, we know that that's gonna happen anyway, so
I don't understand why you're so upset.
Both their characters got to make a dex save. They're over 100 feet apart. Somehow it'll hit both of them.
on. The big bird.
So
no,
you're
she's not a bird. She's a ball.
Well, yeah, he's referencing
Oh,
rock.
yeah.
But
yeah, the
But
rock
I'm
was a
gonna-
big bird.
They're going to run to both sides. I mean, they
Okay.
were already on each side. One was on each side, so they're going to continue that.
Okay.
When they'll have their bows ready.
Okay. So, what direction would you say that they are? Like southeast, southwest, or are you trying to be like east-west? What you're going for there?
I don't know what we were before, but to make it easy, east-west.
So, like directly in line on her flanks?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure, why not?
Okay. Your funeral.
And I'm
That's fine.
assuming I'm still like in front of her, but like pretty far back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So, I got a Krathok. I got a Wilhelmina. I got a. Who's on which side, Geigen? Which one's which?
Cathela was west, Drathar was east.
Okay.
Oh yeah, just because she can. Cathela is going to drink her health potion.
Okay.
Do those heal again? Oh, 84.
That's fine.
That way she at least has some life.
All right. Sounds great. Corin, what do you want to do?
I want to save Krathok, but I don't think I'm
save
close enough because I've got 25-foot speed.
Ooh. That's rough.
What I could do technically is gust him further away from me, so he's also further away from the maiden, potentially, right?
If you could do that, couldn't you just gust him towards you?
No, I can gust him 5 foot,
Isn't that what you need to get him to you?
but then I would have to use another action to potion.
Mm.
I don't have that action to potion if I use my action to gust.
Well, you'd have that action next turn.
True, but I'd also next turn be close to the Frostmaiden.
What if she hits him with a laser beam because she sees you going for him and ends his life?
There's potential.
She has lasers? Oh,
She
can
might
I be
have
your
lasers.
friend?
I don't know. I mean, I could just push him further away from the maiden, so when she's
Fine.
up,
Whatever you want to do, man. Whatever you want to do.
I feel like that's the better option.
Okay. So you're going to run towards him.
No, I'm not gonna. I can gust 30 feet away.
So you're going to stay 30 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
So no one's near Krathok still. And you're pushing him further away from everyone.
Oh, is it everyone? I thought it was behind him. I thought I was pushing him closer to everyone.
I think if you push them away from you, that's towards the Frostmaiden.
Yes.
To
I
get
thought
her
it was
away from
past her.
You can push him, but you'd have to push him either like you're pushing him 5 feet in a direction, right?
Correct. Yes.
You are all south of her. Which direction would you like to push him? You're
Closer
technically
to someone
southwest is where you're at, Mud.
Closer to someone else.
You are the closest
Probably
person
towards-
by far.
Hmm.
There is Poppy is over 100 feet behind you. Carthala and Drathar are 100 feet to the side of the Frostmaiden. Wilhelmina just got melted, but she's still probably a good 40, 50 feet away.
Hmm.
And you don't know that she's going to help him.
Yeah.
I mean, at
Well, I
this
wanna
point,
push-
I'd assume not, since she's been trying to run the whole time.
Yeah, I want to gust him away from the Frostmaiden. Can I at least do that?
Sure. You can move him 5 feet. South, southeast, southwest, whichever direction you want.
Move them 5 feet closer to you, and that's away from her.
That's true. I could do that, and yeah, I would do that. It is a strength save, but I believe he automatically fails a strength save. Being down.
Does it do any damage?
No, does 0 damage. Let me put it in the chat. Cast it on the thing. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, come on. Maybe I had to click the display.
It shows up.
No,
It's
yeah, you
showing
just have
up.
to hit the drop down.
There it is. Display. Okay. There it is. So the first thing, one medium or smaller creature that you can choose must succeed on a strength save or be pushed 5 feet away.
It isn't pushed with enough force to cause damage. Lucky Krathok. Okay.
Yes.
But you're only pushing him 5 feet with
Yeah,
that,
that's
right?
all I can do. I don't want to get closer to this crazy person.
You mean this
I mean,
big
either
swirling
way-
ball of energy? Yeah, sure. So, you cast Gust, and whoosh, you see this gust of wind just come in from the opposite direction, and you feel it kind of hit your body as you cast it towards yourself, as you see Krathok's lifeless body just kind of hover over the ground an additional 5 feet towards you. So he's now 25 feet away from you.
Yay. I guess I can't really do a whole lot. Like you said, if I rush towards him and not do anything, I'd be right next to the maiden, the only person next to the maiden.
You know, we could have just won this whole fight right here if we gave him some yak's milk beforehand and you just rolled him over.
Possibly.
Oh, the adventures of Yak's milk.
Slowly gust a bottle of yak's milk next to him, like Popeye. He'll open it up with one fist.
Like Popeye.
My lord. All right.
Krathok the sailor. Goliath. I had
Yeah,
to think
there
about
you
what
go.
I was for a second.
All righty then. If that is all of your final answers, then we're gonna kick it here.
Yeah, kid.
Da, da, da.
Thank you, my dog. I'm glad we're like the same wavelengths, man.
You guys both have just one brain cell that you both use.
Yeah.
Pretty
There's
much.
one shared brain cell.
Exactly.
That explains a lot.
Look, 3 Jewish guys from freaking New York changed rap forever. Okay.
True.
Rest in peace.
Yep.
I don't know what any of this is. We're in Rime right now. What's rap?
Old MC Adam would know.
Oh.
My God, what's today? Today is Monday.
I'm trying to think. In Rime of the Frostmaiden terms, I think rap is when you get back from a long, hard day of adventuring, and Bardaban's there with his, bear skin blanket, wraps it right around you next to the fireplace. I think that's what that is.
Rap and rhyme is when you knock on
Hey.
somebody's door.
I think we need to go have a talk with Bardaban. He's doing things with Wilhelmina now too.
Wow.
That's a special service you can buy.
20
the
extra
company
gold.
service.
He'll come wrap you in a blanket.
There you go. Perfect.
Chat,
buy
do
that.
you see how they're deflecting, chat? You see how they're deflecting from the inevitability of what's about to happen? It's amazing,
Waiting.
isn't it?
We're just
Isn't it?
stalling. What?
Also, hi, Magic. What's up, buddy? Good time zones to you as well. It's nice to see you, my friend. XPie also, hi.
Yeah.
All right. Well. Wilhelmina,
Mm-hmm.
you kind of again are awoken out of this frozen chrysalis. And you're looking around and you're kind of propping yourself up with your butt in the snow. And you see this massive swirling ball of energy
Great ball of fire.
that's continuing to grow out further and further and further from a central
Okay.
axis.
You died too.
What do you do?
Okay, so I kind of drew a little bit of a mini map. How far am I from Krathok?
You were about 50 feet, so now you're still about 50 feet, just at a different angle.
Okay. I think that kind of waking up or, thawing and kind of stunned from the being frozen experience. I think I would use, I'm going to use an action to use my health potion.
Okay.
So that, and I'm going to get back. That can't be right. Yeah, 16. Oh, some good rolls. So I'm going to do that first. And then I think I'm going to try to retreat from where the Frostmaiden is and get like closer to where like Corn or Poppy or wherever the cluster of people are.
There is no cluster. The closest thing to a cluster is Corin and Krathok.
Can I split the difference and be between Krathok and Corin? Am I angling this correctly?
You would either be running towards. So I'll do a little map, right? So this is the big ice ball thing here, swirling death. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're over here.
Mm-hmm.
They're like here and here.
Yeah.
In comparison.
Yeah.
So you're saying you want to try and like split the difference between the two?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
And then I think that's pretty much all I can do in action, movement, and I don't really have any bonus actions I don't think that are useful right now. So that's probably it.
Okay. Up until this point, you have all been seeing this orb grow. It started off probably only 30 feet in diameter. But as it continues to grow, it rapidly expands in size. You feel once again this kind of gust from behind you, sucking in ice and snow and swirling it all around this aura, growing till this thing has a 60-foot diameter. And it catches Krathok in the ice. Krathok, you take 10 cold damage.
As I'm dead?
Yep.
Well, I'm dead more.
That
I
is
tried to
one
push you away further.
failed death save.
What? A failed death save? Oh.
You want to be instantly dead?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it was 20, it could have been 2.
That's 1 and 1 now, right? Krathok?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
You all can no longer see Krathok either. This swirling orb is impenetrable. Its swirling winds just absolutely overlapping snow and ice and other things, dirt, debris, all going around swirling in this maelstrom of impenetrable gook. Wilhelmina, as you stare into its gaze, or into this insanely large storm, you see a faint blue glow. Emanating from within. Come on, Foundry. Assuming a 31 hits.
Yes.
You see this massive beam of light erupt in your direction. And you are blasted with this ray of cold. The warmth that you had just felt from being released from this, all of a sudden goes right back to the chill as you feel this thing hit your core, and your body just immediately loses all of its heat. And then it stops.
I would like to use a reaction to absorb elements.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll take 2 less damage.
Okay. Then you only take 18 damage.
Okay.
Corin, as you see this happen, you immediately see that, again, faint blue glow emanating from deep within this storm, and it shoots out towards you. It's a 27 hit.
It is a disadvantage because I'm wearing the cloak, but is that disadvantaged?
Let's double check one thing.
Okay.
It is not a disadvantage.
What do you mean it's not? Like they has advantage to hit me?
No, I'm
It's
just saying it's
neutral.
not a disadvantage.
Because I have the cloak that gives me the disadvantage to hit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because the 14's my AC.
Mm-hmm. So you got hit.
Okay.
A massive, just beam of frost hits you. You feel the similar sensation as the heat just drains from your body. You feel like it's literally sucking all of the warmth out of you as it's blasting into you at the same time. And you take 12 cold damage. That is halved because of your resistance.
Yay.
Well, that is the halved damage.
Oof.
Poppy.
Hmm?
You see this massive storm expand, engulfing Krathok, and then these 2 beams just absolutely obliterate both Wilhelmina and Corin. It's your turn.
So I'm still withholding that one action.
Okay.
But she is going to, let me do one. I'm looking real quick. She is going to summon Beast.
Okay.
I need to. And she's going. Wait a minute. Let me look. Yeah, she's going to summon a beast, 2nd level. Fast. And she's going to summon a land. And she's going to, let's see here, where do I put it? Did it go into the thing?
It did.
Okay, okay, good. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with this spell as I'd like to be. So she's gonna summon a beast so it goes next to Corin.
Okay.
And it's going to be a land beast, like a big polar bear.
Oh,
Okay.
Sick.
So the beast has advantage on an attack roll against a creature if at least one of the beast's allies is within 5 feet of the creature, and the ally isn't incapacitated.
How far away were you from the maiden, Bobby?
You said I was about 100 feet away.
Okay, then yep, that's in your range to do. I just wanted to double check.
Yeah. Well, this says 90 feet, but
right, you could have summoned it regardless, but whether you could put it next to Corin or not, I just wanted to make sure that I understood. But yes, you can. You can put this big polar bear right next to Corin.
Okay.
So Poppy, you kind of reach out and kind of channeling some inner spirit, summon forth this polar bear. Corin, you see this massive bear just materialize next to you almost out of thin air, as if the snow constructed this being on its own. And it stands next to you, staring down this giant storm. Anything else, Poppy?
No, she's just gonna hold her ground right now.
Okie dokie. Drathar.
You're muted, Drathar.
You are.
Sorry about that. Must hit the button. Is she obscured by anything? Like trying to attack her?
You cannot see through the storm around her. So I would say yes. Heavily obscured.
Okay, fine then. Drathar, how far away is Drathar again?
How far away is Drathar? You said
From-
you were 130 feet.
That works for me. I guess I will.
Well, from the epicenter, so you are 100 feet away
70.
from the storm.
Oh.
Okay.
From the edge of the storm, anyway.
Then Drathar is going to use. That's not Drathar. He's going to use 2 actions to run kind of at an angle. He can run 70 feet, so he wants to get 70 feet, 100, 130. Yeah, he'll get about 30 feet from the wall, the storm or whatever it is.
Okay.
And then he's going to use his cunning action to take dodge.
So you're moving up towards the storm and then taking the dodge action. Okay.
Yep.
Okie dokie. It's a good thing you cast the dodge action, which gives any creature disadvantage against you?
Yep.
Okie dokie. Because as soon as you get close, you see a faint blue glow emanate from within the orb. And that's at disadvantage, still a 31 to hit.
That's fine.
Once again, you see this massive just beam fly out of this storm and impacts your body. Similar to the others, but the first time that you're feeling it reminds you of the horrors of being encased in that crystal. You feel all the warmth slowly rapidly being sucked from your body. And then it stops, leaving you in a chill. And you will take 12 cold damage.
And that was a range attack, right?
Yes.
Then I have that also because of evasion.
I don't know what that means.
Rogues, any attack made on them, they can have.
Okay.
So I have the cold damage, then I have the damage from evasion. I have cold resistance.
Okay.
So 6.
So then 6.
Yeah. And I'm 30 feet from the wall, right?
Yep.
Yep, that's all he does then.
Okay. Corin.
Internal screaming.
That's usually a free action, so you got that out of the way.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
no kidding.
Yep. I
Crying
won't
is
charge
also
you for
a
that
reaction.
one. Not at all.
Do a morale check.
Do I remember if Krathok is within 20 feet of the Frostmaiden Center?
What do you mean?
Like, if I cast a shatter directly in the middle of the little sphere, the ball of storm, which is suspiciously looking like a storm sphere, it's a 10-foot radius. Is it radius? Hang on. Where is it?
Unless he got moved
Yeah,
closer, he
radius.
should be out of range.
Should be.
He was definitely within 30 feet because he got overwhelmed by the storm.
Mhm.
You'll just have to find out.
Oh.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You've already killed a sentient magic object. What's one Goliath?
I could try to dispel the Frostmaiden. It's a good idea.
I have a feeling Frostmaiden might be a little stronger than the Valine's orb.
Hmm.
Right there,
You
starting to
say
have
so little?
second. Right there, starting to have second thoughts about this party that keeps forgetting that they're fighting basically a god now.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps forgetting in what sense.
Alright, so let's see. I've got 2 more 4th level slots, so I think I'm going to do a 4th level shatter.
The flex.
The flex.
I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter.
He would have only had one, but I let him take one back.
Oh, that's right.
He asked so nicely.
Yes. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to shatter.
Okay.
Did it do the thing? No, I did it again? Okay. Cast.
Oh, that's some good rolls right there.
Mm-hmm. I'm also going to, doing that, I can, with my, which ability is that? It is the Heart of the Storm? Hang on. Wait, what spells? Oh, there it is. Tempestuous magic. I can fly up to 10 feet without provoking an opportunity attack, so I'm going to fly 10 feet backwards.
Okay.
And then run the rest of my 25 away from this Frostmaiden.
Wow, Krathok. F you, right?
Mm.
I can't see him. No one can see him.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Apparently, he's just.
Are you sure that that's what you want to do?
I don't have much else choice.
Okay. Well, I'm going to hold you to that. Corin, you approximate, based on where you saw the center of this storm, and being that you were one of the closest to this, and being essentially at the edge of the storm currently, you have a pretty good idea. You reach out with your mind, and you cast Shatter. A thundering crack screams out of the sky as you see the sky above just fire down lightning that just emits sound. And you see the storm just absolutely come unwoven. All of everything falls around, and you can see Krathok's body lying on the floor and this floating crystal of ice. It's like a 6-foot teardrop of twisted, beautifully crystallized ice with this pulsing blue glow in the center.
Does that mean it had disadvantage on the save throw? Because it's made of a crystallized thing?
No. It's
Dang.
not. It's not.
It's...
And unfortunately, the next person's turn is Krathok. So Krathok,
Yay, another death saving throw. Go.
let's make a death save.
Yay, I passed 18.
Yay.
That's so good. Because Krathok, after that happens,
I take damage and I have to do a failure.
you can't see anything because you're downed. And unfortunately, Corin ran away from you before seeing the effect of his spell, because you see the storm all of a sudden suck back in as the air begins to once again swirl around the maiden, and this storm once again just re-picks up, and the crystal is completely enshrouded in the storm once again, causing you to take more damage, Krathok.
Mm.
And so you have another death save down. Cathala, it's your turn.
Just because I remembered something about obscured in D&D, Cathala's not going to get closer. That's going to be Draythar's job. Cathala's going to shoot from range.
Okie dokie.
She technically has advantage because she's shooting into it, but then she has disadvantage because she can't see, so it's just a straight roll.
Sure.
So she is going to... That is Draythar. He's not going to shoot. She is going to use her longbow. Does a 26 hit?
We'll find out. Roll some damage.
After this break. I'm just joking.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
This is not Dragon Ball Z. We're not taking a break.
Power Rangers, duh.
Okay, Cathala's gonna pull the bowstring back for 4 episodes and then finally shoot an arrow.
What is this, Bleach?
Sounds right.
Ah! No. Okay. Cathala, seeing this storm pick back up, you use your trained eye to key in on this crystal. Making a straight line and never breaking eye contact, you pull back an arrow and let loose into this newly formed tempest, or reformed tempest. You see the arrow fly through the air. You watch as it slowly spins, and for the briefest of moments lose sight of it as it enters the storm. You can't hear anything. The noise is too loud. But once again, you see this massive swirl just break apart, and all of the things that make up this massive sphere just get thrown out around its sides. And all that's left hanging is the crystal.
So is it no longer obscured?
Correct.
Okay, I'm gonna take another shot at it. I'm gonna assume a 13 will miss, but hold on. Nope, I'm gonna take steady aim as my bonus action. Means I don't move. And I'm gonna give myself advantage next turn.
Okay.
And that's all she's gonna do.
Wilhelmina, you're up.
Okay, so I was splitting the difference on the last move between Krathok and Corin. So how far am I from each of them now?
So probably, well, splitting the difference, Krathok was 25 feet from Corin, and then Corin jumped back 10 feet. So you're probably 15 feet from where Krathok is supposed to be?
Got it.
You can see him now, though, because the veil has been dropped.
Perfect. Okay, so this is a little bit complicated.
Go for it. This is the final battle. It's always complicated.
So what I need to do is I want to move to be exactly 30 feet away from Krathok, but as close to Corin as I can be. I told you it was
Okay.
complicated. So how far are they from each other now? 35 feet? Is that right? Did I do the math right?
Yes.
So I want to move to be 5 feet in front of Corin and therefore 30 feet away from Krathok.
Yeah, you're 5 feet in front of Corin and a giant polar bear staring at Krathok's body.
Excellent. And then I'd like to use benign transposition to trade places with Krathok.
Legasp.
Corin, you see this very strange sequence of events as Wilhelmina sprints right in front of you, turns around, looks towards the maiden, but kind of off center, and you can tell that she's pointed more towards Krathok. You see her begin to move her hands in this strange magic as the snow kind of swirls for a second as it feels like this energy just pulls up from the ground and engulfs her person. And as it comes back down, she's gone and Krathok is laying at your feet. And she is where Krathok was. Wilhelmina, I imagine you'd probably look over your shoulder, staring back to make sure Krathok made it okay.
Yeah, and I think I would just look at Corin and be like, you need to save him. And that's it.
As you look over your shoulder and stare back at Corin, having done this hot swap, essentially, once again you feel the swirl at your feet. As the air and snow around you once again picks up and you are completely engulfed in a storm. And you take 5 cold damage. You cannot see anything, you cannot hear anything.
Okay. I'm assuming that this cold damage isn't something that I could attempt to counterspell.
You are caught in the storm. The storm itself is what's doing the damage to you.
Okay. Can I absorb elements again?
You can attempt to. How many times
Sweet.
can you do that?
I have 2 more spell slots. It's a first level spell
Okay.
as a reaction.
If you want to try and absorb those, then you can.
Yes. I
Yeah.
save 1 more
So
point
You're
back.
saving yourself 4. Wonderful. So 4 cold damage is what you take instead of 5. And it's a bit confusing to you, Wilhelmina. Because as you do this, and as you feel this swirl around you, all of a sudden you can see again. And the Frostmaiden is gone. The rest of you just hear this weird vacuum sound, just, and you can't see the maiden.
Everyone?
Everyone. For a half second, you catch your breath, not sure of what's happening. Until you see the orb reappear with a massive as Poppy, you now cannot see or hear anything.
Oh no, it can teleport.
Poppy, as you're staring into the abyss, looking around, trying to get some bearings, you see 2 different beams of light materialize in the gray matter and both fire off at you. Does 20 hit?
Yes.
Poppy, you hear this booming voice just fill your mind. This is for my servant. And 2 just beams of cold slam into your body. One in your upper body, one in your lower body. You feel literally like there is no heat left in you. You can't breathe. The air is knocked out of your lungs. As you feel frost begin to just creep into all of the crevices of your armor and your body, your fingers go numb. As you take 24 cold damage. And then it's over and you can breathe again. And it's your turn.
Is she right on top of me still?
You are in her aura.
I'm in her aura.
You're in the storm aura.
Is it the same, like, 60-foot diameter orb, but now it's centered on Poppy?
Not centered, but
It's on top of Poppy?
yeah. Poppy's gone.
Poppy's just gonna, react by shooting her bow
Okay.
and hope she hits it.
Okay, you roll a disadvantage.
$13.
Yeah, that's not gonna hit, unfortunately. Poppy, just completely taken by surprise, you just instinctively loose an arrow out of your bow. The rest of you see this arrow fly towards your direction, just sailing off into the distance, and the soft thud of it as it hits the ground. Drathar.
I figure I'm farther away now than I was. So, what's my distance?
So you were...
Don't I get?
Oh, you get your polar bear. You get your polar bear. Excuse me. You get your polar bear movement.
I get my polar bear, but I also attacks per action is 2.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought that was all you had. Go ahead.
No, I can try again
Okay.
and
Get
see. Can't hurt. Nat 20
Okay.
and woo, a 24.
Poppy, roll me some damage.
Off of which one?
The second one. Unfortunately, is the nature of the disadvantage.
10.
Poppy, knowing just that you didn't hit anything, you spin around and loose another arrow in the opposite direction. And you hear a massive thunk. It's close. It's really close. But you know that you hit. You still have your polar bear to control.
Okay. So I gotta figure out what to do with my polar bear, sorry. Where
Okay,
is he?
it's so cool.
What did I do? I summoned a beast, right?
Yes.
Yeah. He's gonna hold his action, unless and we'll use an action unless if something goes towards Corin.
Okay. Sounds...
So if something goes towards Corin, he's gonna strike out or put his body in front of Corin, blocking whatever, try and blocking.
Makes sense. And Poppy, you are going to take 5 additional cold damage from being in the aura at the end of your turn.
Okay.
The maiden... You hear and kind of feel this resonating anger, Poppy, in your mind, as once again blue light flares to life in the direction that you just cast. And Poppy, you're going to take 24 cold damage as she crits on you with this beam of cold.
Oh, no.
I'm down.
Oh.
Drathar,
And
now
that's
it's your
halved.
turn.
Wow.
That
How
was
far am
halved.
I from
It's crit.
her, and how far am I from Cathala?
Well, you can't see Poppy, but you would assume, let's see. Poppy was 100 feet away from where the Frostmaiden was initially, which means that she'd be roughly 70 feet from the edge of the storm. You were 30 feet away from the edge of the storm, but to the side, so we'll call it probably just an easy 100 feet at that point. It's probably more than that, but I'm going to be nice and say it's 100 feet.
And I think you're 190 away from Cathala, if my sketch is correct.
Cathala was 130 in the opposite direction, so you would have been, 190. Thank you.
That's fine. I am going to use my cunning action to dash towards Cathala, and then I'm going to use my bow, and I'm going to shoot at where the Frostmaiden is.
Okay.
And I assume by dashing towards Cathala, I'm actually also dashing kind of towards Grathok and Korn and them, because they're in between us.
No. So, Krathok and Korn and the Polar Bear and Wilhelmina are all southwest. You were directly west, and if you sprint directly to Cathala, you'd be sprinting directly east. There is no meeting them in between.
I don't mean I'm going to meet them, but I'm going to be running kind of in a direction where they'll be somewhat nearby. So I'm already getting further away from them?
If you are moving laterally and they are here and you are here, you're moving away from them.
How far away will I be?
At
As
what
he's
point?
passing them, how far away will he be as he's passing them?
You're roughly 25, 30 feet away from them at that point, at that angle already. So unless you do something immediately, you're only taking yourself further away from them. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to decide if I want to try to... Grathok's still down, right?
He's down, but he's at Korn's feet right now.
I'll assume Korn can do something. I'll just run diagonally towards Cathala, getting somewhat closer to her.
Hokey
And then I'll
dokey.
take my shot.
Take your shot.
Shoot your shot.
There it is. 22.
Is that a disadvantage?
It shouldn't be, because she's obscured and then I'm just shooting into it. It cancels each other out. How obscured works. Shooting outside, you cancel it out. If you're inside, you're blind, and then you take the disadvantage.
Hold on. So I know Cathala had the shooting at advantage, which canceled out because of the obscured to just give it a straight roll. What is it that Drathar has that does the same thing?
That's just how obscured works.
Yeah, but you don't know where she is within the thing. That's my point.
But that's actually how obscured works, though. Rules are written. Shooting into it, because they're obscured and they can't see you shooting them from that far out, you have advantage on shooting them, but you can't see them, so you have disadvantage. They cancel each other out. That's the problem with obscured.
Okay.
Obscured is mainly used for people in melee. And also it stops all spell attacks, because spell attacks you have to see.
Okay. I'm going to take your word for it, and I'm going to trust you. Even though my inkling says not to. That's fine. Your first attack will hit.
Yeah. And I'll even post you a link that talks about the debate for it.
I believe. I think
It's a
that if it's a
BS
debate,
rule.
it becomes up to DM. That's right. And I think it's a BS rule that if you can't see him, you shouldn't be able to shoot at him. But my point being, it's fine. Straight roll's fine. Go ahead.
Nice.
You don't get the sneak attack, though. Do you?
Nope, I don't.
So it's just 9?
Wait, no.
Poppy's
Nah,
down. You don't
Yeah,
get
Poppy went down, so I don't have it.
it. Okay.
If Poppy was up, I would have got it.
Okay. Drathar, as you're sprinting, you just loose an arrow in the best approximation that you can to where you think this floating crystal of ice is. You watch it leave, and then you basically just look at Cathala. You don't really have a good sense of whether it hits or not, but you feel like you were on the mark. Corin.
Can I ask a question?
Yep.
Wouldn't Poppy technically be up since she's in a crystal and not on the ground?
What are you talking about?
I don't think you're in a crystal.
You're
I
not
think
in a crystal.
Oh,
You're-
I'm just down?
Yep.
Okay. Never mind.
I think the
thought I'd
maiden
try.
was the crystal.
Yeah,
Okay.
the
Was like the
maiden is the
teardrop.
floating crystal. You just got hit by ice, and you are now downed.
Okay.
Drathar,
Trying.
how far did you move in that round?
70 feet.
Thank you.
All right,
And
Corin.
truthfully, a crystal wouldn't have worked too because you're not a threat.
Yep.
Which is what applies sneak attack.
Yep.
Corin.
Yes.
Krathok has been teleported at your feet. You see that his body is cold, lifeless. You feel like he's on the edge.
I kneel down and pull out the potion of healing superior, and I'm going to open it and start pouring it into his mouth, lifting his head slightly if I can.
So gentle.
Yes. Krathok, we need you.
Yay! So, how much healing do I get?
8d4 plus 8. I don't know if you want me to roll or if you want Krathok to roll it because he's the one drinking it.
You're the one pouring it.
Bartender gets to roll for strength of drink.
Apparently not that good. That's a lot of ones, but you get 22. 22 healings.
Krathok,
Better than dead.
as
True.
Corin pours this drink down your throat, and everything is just in this dull blackness for you. You can't feel your body. You feel like you're floating underneath water. Everything's muffled. Then all of a sudden, you begin to feel a pull in your chest. You feel this struggle happening as all of a sudden you begin to feel the sensation of pain as your body begins to fill with life again. Your veins are on fire as it feels like your heart's received a shot of adrenaline. And you awake with a burst.
I'm gonna do the sit up that freaking like Undertaker does.
Yes.
Fuck! Just like that.
Just
Yeah,
like that.
you feel rough, but you're alive.
Okay.
And it's
Shit.
really bright out. Holy crap.
Yeah, really bright.
No, it's not.
I'm
It's
going-
it's fairly dark because it's still it's still Icewind Dale, but you kind of survey around Krathok, kind of in the direction that you're staring. You're just looking off into the distance, and you can see Drathar running away towards Cathala, and they're off in the distance. As you kind of turn your head slightly, you look over and see a big swirling ball, and then turn back and look at Corin as he's kind of just behind you, looking at you, holding this bottle.
God, there was some gross stuff there, Corin.
Get up. We still have a fight. And did I see a Poppy go down?
No, you wouldn't have seen it at all.
No. The Frostmaiden has gone over there, and he's going to. Was that an action or a bonus action for the potion? I think it's an action,
That's an action.
right?
Yep.
He's going to start moving towards the fight.
Okay.
How far am I from there? 'Cause I think she was like 100 feet away from us.
Poppy was 100 feet. She's roughly 70 feet away from you. That's what we'll say.
Okay, I'm gonna 25 closer because that's how far I can move.
Okay. Krathok, you see Corrin just kind of look at you, smile, and then book it towards the storm.
Towards the storm. All right.
In Krathok, it's your time, BB.
About time.
You're finally up. Only 1 second here. 1 second.
Un momento.
As you're still getting your bearings. Corner's a 22 hit.
22 would hit, and is that still at disadvantage?
So you keep saying this word.
Uh-huh. Because I'm wearing the cloak of displacement.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Is it not a cloak of displacement? Have I been bamboozled?
You have not been bamboozled. But it is a 22 hit.
A 22 does hit. I can't shield that because I'm only 14.
You see this faint glow as you just heroically start running towards the danger. Once again, this faint glow, this familiar glow, shoots a ray right at you and beams you in the chest. Again, taking 12 cold damage. But you keep pushing forward. Or do you?
He does. How far away was it when it hit?
What do you mean?
When it hit, because I was 70 away, then I moved 25, so that would have been
Well
60.
within its range to hit you.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like it hit at a certain point that I reached.
Nope. It could have hit you. It's just fine.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't have anything else. Technically, I could use a bonus action for a spell, but I would have to burn some more slots. I don't want to do that right now.
Okay.
I'm kind of low on slots.
All right. Now, Krathok, it's your turn.
Let's see. How far away am I again?
You're the
70.
same distance Corn was, so 70 feet.
All right. I'm going to lay on hands on myself for 45. Using my entire lay
For
on hands.
45?
Yeah, I have a 45.
Entire pool.
My entire pool is 45.
Not saying it for anybody else. Just
No.
I teleported you to safety. Are you
Right?
kidding me?
Look.
40.
I really
Don't you
hope
have a
he's prayed.
potion?
Do I have
Wow.
a potion? I don't know if I have a potion.
We all bought one.
You
We all bought at
have
least
two.
one.
Okay, fine. If
one now.
I will use
I'm
a
kidding.
potion of healing.
I shouldn't have said anything, but I mean,
You do what you want to do. I'll just mess with you.
What is,
Yeah,
what
pretty
is
much. I was just gonna use
8d4
Jesus.
plus 8.
yeah, 84 plus 8.
8?
Honestly, the 45 is not the worst idea. We're just giving you a hard time.
It's pretty good. Yeah, just giving him a hard time. But yeah, hopefully he does have healing spells? Question mark.
I have
Find
healing
out.
spells.
Question mark?
Question mark. Dying over here, half health.
8d4
Mhm.
plus.
Poppy
plus
lying on
8,
the
you
ground.
said?
Yes.
Yeah, plus 8.
84 plus 8.
Ah!
Yo,
25.
let's go.
Nice.
All right. And then as I'm moving towards the group,
Okay.
I'm
By
going.
group, you mean the storm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to also cast a level 1 Cure Wounds on myself
Okay.
for a whole 4 more.
You know what? 4 is
What?
4.
Yeah, exactly.
That might save you. You don't know.
Hey, I did a spell that saved me 1 point of damage. So
Yeah, I mean, you do never know.
But I'm gonna sprint, so I'm gonna get like right up on that business.
Wait, how far can you move?
40 feet.
Corin, you see Krathok pass you.
Screaming.
As you see this kind of divine glow about him, and he has go time face on. Like he's
There we go.
sprinting to the bathroom after Yak's milk. Focus face. It's on.
What's that meme where it's like, go get him, champ?
Go get him, Tiger. If you're doing Spider-Man.
No. Hang on, I'll find it. I'll post it in the memes.
Do it. Any hoozles. Krathok, as you sprint,
Shuffle.
as you sprint towards this storm, for the first, well, I guess probably the second time now, you see this faint blue glow emanate from inside, and as this beam flies towards you, it just shoots right past your face. You can feel the chill from the ray just suck the air, or suck the heat from the already cold air around you. And you are unfazed in your sprinting towards the storm. Cathala.
Cathala is gonna use her cunning action to move closer towards Drathar. She'll be closer to everyone,
Okay,
which she can move 100 feet.
great. So you now get to hold hands with your brother.
That's good.
Okay,
Then she is going to shoot her bow.
cool.
Just how far is she from? I'm assuming
Well,
not.
if you guys
600 feet
sprinted
away?
towards each other, then you are still 100 feet from where Poppy would have been last time you saw her.
Yeah, I'm just making sure I wasn't out of a certain range for
Yep.
any of my attacks.
Yep.
Yep. Then she is going to shoot her longbow. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen.
Sad
That's
face.
sword. That's going to miss.
It is going to miss.
She's going to use her second attack. That's going to miss as well.
Well, bollocks. Cathala takes 2 shots. But having sprinted, despite conditioning, you're just slightly out of breath. The extra cold in the air just kind of chilling the lungs, making it that much harder to stabilize your arm. As those arrows sail into the swirling abyss, you have 0 confidence that they did anything. Wilhelmina,
Yes.
yo up.
So according to my handy dandy notepad, I'm also 100 feet away from the edge of the storm.
Yes.
Okay. I would like to move 30 feet away. Further away. Yeah, so I'm
Okay.
probably going to go like behind, I guess, Cathala and Drathar, or 30 feet past.
You're
We're kind
not
of
in
in
the
the
same line with them.
We're not in the same line. Okay, well, I'm still going to go 30 feet away.
Yeah. Okay.
So am I, in that sense, is the storm to my south?
The storm is to your southeast.
Southeast, okay. Okay. So I'd like to
Yes.
move 30 feet further away, and then I'm gonna cast. It is time for a fireball.
Fireball.
Okay.
For 29 damage, unless they succeed the check, and then it's half. It's a dexterity, a DC 18.
Okay. Where do you cast this fireball?
I mean, as much towards the middle of that sphere as I can. Actually, can I do it past Poppy? I would like to do it 20 feet past wherever we last saw Poppy.
What's the range on your spell?
150 feet. Or, I mean, if you want, I can cast it and then move. Would that simplify things?
That would be better if you're trying not to kill Poppy.
Okay, so let me cast it when I was at the 100-foot distance from the edge of the storm. So in that case, I would have to cast it like further into the storm and then move 30 feet away.
I want you to give me a perception check.
Oh boy.
Because you don't know where Poppy is. And if you are really trying to not hit her, then you need to give me a good check here.
Like a 20?
Like a 20. Or maybe an 11.
Hate you.
But it's not a nat 20.
It's not
It'd have
that.
to be.
Nah, he had the.
It's an 11.
So, okay.
The evil rule was any roll she made, he could change.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just hoping. I'm trying
I'm trying to not kill you. I promise.
Wilhelmina, your intentions have been questionable, but looking more favorable up until this point as you used a selfless spell, putting yourself in harm's way for Krathok. Only now to cast a massive fireball in the midst of this storm. You do your best to kind of judge where you think Poppy would be, based on where you last saw, and throw out a fireball. Krathok, you and Corin, Cathala, and Drathar all see this massive explosion erupt out of nowhere. You see the swirling storm just blow towards you in this massive explosive force. Poppy, you failed 2 death saves. And as the storm falls, you all see the flames rush over this crystal and a downed Poppy that you have just now seen for the first time.
Wait a minute.
There's no waiting. It's not your turn, Krathok.
I know. No, I was more talking to myself.
Gotcha. After this explosion, you see again you hear this familiar sound like air is being sucked into a vacuum. And the crystal is gone. And again, almost in a weird kind of popping sound, this crystal materializes right in front of you, Wilhelmina.
Of course. Yeah, of course. So in front of me, in which direction?
The direction you were looking.
I mean, I was firing at it, which was to my southeast.
East. Yeah, no, we're actually going to say it pops in behind you. And you feel this cold just erupt from behind you. As two things happen. One, the storm once again envelops you. As you feel it swirl around both of you, obscuring your vision, your hearing. And you feel a blast of cold in your back as that terrible ray blasts into you for 12 cold damage.
You said both. Who's both?
You and the maiden.
Oh, okay. And you said 12?
Yep.
You know what? I think I'm going to try something different. Can I absorb elements?
You can always absorb elements until you can't anymore.
This is my last one. Oh, 5 though.
Good. So 7 points of cold damage.
Okay.
You just feel the weight of her presence bearing down on you.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
Insolent magic user, you will never, ever take me.
Poppy, you need to make me a death save.
That's just rolling a d20, right?
Yep.
You have like an inspiration or anything?
Nope. 2. I failed. That's 3 failures.
It teetered on that 22.
Poppy, you in this similar place as Drathar, or as Krathok, feeling like you're floating underwater. It feels heavy. Like you're being pulled down. As you sink further, it doesn't feel cold anymore. You begin to feel curiously warm. The feeling of heaviness turns into a feeling of comfort. You begin to see just a soft light, feeling of safety, of comfort, calling to your soul. As your vision clears, you see the image of a familiar face. An orc war chief greets you. Fought well, we did. Rest now. And he extends you a hand. At the same time, you see a woman step out from the light. When you look at her, you hardly recognize her face until you see this aura of a giant polar bear kind of resting on her shoulders. It's been a long time, child, since you were so very small. So proud of what you've done. Come home. She also reaches out a hand. Krathar. Drathar. Corin and Cathala. You feel an abrupt sense of loss as you stare at Poppy's body. Krathok, you being the closest, can see her laying there. And I'm not going to make you do a check. I'm not going to make you guess. You know. You just know. You turn around, you stare at Corin, and make eye contact with Cathala and Drathar. All of you have advantage on your next attacks. Drathar, it's your turn.
He's completely visible now, right?
Mm-hmm. Wait, who?
Frostmaiden.
No.
Or
She spun up the spell again.
oh yeah, she's by Wilhelmina now.
Yes. You saw Wilhelmina just disappear into the storm.
About how far is that from me now? Because hard to keep track with all the jumping.
You are probably 30 feet from the edge of the storm.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna cunning action to sprint in and try to get to the center of this area, and I'm gonna try to hopefully attack the Frostmaiden inside there with melee. He's finally close enough.
Go for
it. Since I'm technically blinded, it's gonna be a straight roll because I have advantage. Canceled out by disadvantage, so it should be straight roll, right?
Yep.
Sure, I'm on
Roll
Drathar.
good.
23.
Let's go.
And I'm also going to roll my other attacks I get to do. 19.
Let's go.
My first sword, and then the second one hits. So that'll be that one.
Oh, damage.
I can't do anything else, I don't believe. Yeah, that's all I can do.
Trathar, seeing the anguish in Krathok's face and the overtaken rage, you sprint into the storm. You pick what you feel is the center, and you run full speed ahead. In the thick of the storm, you dart right next to Wilhelmina and slash straight through the lower part of this floating crystal. Your momentum carries you through as you feel your blade cut through. Turning around, you then take your other blade and slash into it again. The force of your rage further shattering the sphere. The storm itself drops around you, and the rest of you see a brittle crystal barely clinging to life. Corin.
Corian is going to reach into his coat, grab the potion he got from Vendel. He's going to drink it. It is a magic surge potion. Then he's going to use his meta magic to make a quicken spell for my last 2 sorcery points. And he's going to cast a 4th level lightning bolt. On this crystal.
Hopefully, I'm not in that line.
You're not.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, he would obviously move. Somebody's in the way, but
I mean, truthfully, even if I am, I can dodge it.
It's fine.
how much more do you plan to take from us?
You feel invigorated. You feel this boost of magic call through your body, deep into your inner pools of magic. And as you reach to the sky, you look with fire as your eyes, you can't tell, but they glisten gold as electricity flows up through your hand into the cloud and moments later down onto this crystal, shattering an entire section of it as it falls to the ground. Krathok, you see this small hunk of crystal left with this pulsing blue light. I don't give a shit how far away you are. Go hit that fucking thing.
Yeah!
All right. I'm going to rush up to it. Hit it once.
You have advantage. Please roll good.
Okay, sorry, that was damage for some reason. I keep clicking on the wrong damn button. Ignore that. 19.
Yes.
All right.
Just enough.
And on top of that, we're gonna get a little bit of hold on, where's that? can never find it in this one. A little Divine Smite at 2nd level. So it's going to be 3d8. Oh, I forgot to roll for damage on Whelm. So that's the initial damage.
Nice.
Plus, a 14 on top of that for radiant damage.
Krathok,
Yeah.
as you sprint towards this thing, you put everything you have into your throw or into your swing of your hammer and bring it straight into this thing. Your hammer glowing with the radiance of your smite, with the fire of your soul, as you break into this thing and it shatters and blinds all of you around it with a divine light. It sounds like shatter cast at the highest possible level. You feel waves of energy emit from this epicenter, almost threatening to knock you to your on your ass. And then you feel the opposite sensation, as once again you feel this vacuum just reverse and you see this small piece of levitating crystal fade into nothing and fall down to the ground. As you look up in the sky, you can all see where the clouds of the Rime have just been absolutely pushed away, and you can see them revealing a late day sky. Light once again fills the area, as you can see the sun, and it's not so cold as it once was.
The sun, doo-doo-doo-doo.
And you are out of combat.
I'm going to Krautrock drops to his knees and just like lets out a big giant sigh as he lets Whelm drop to the ground.
So as the storm dissipates, this would be the first that Wilhelmina would see that Poppy is dead.
Yep.
I think that Wilhelmina would realize the Poppy was dead, unless you want me to make a check for it. And she'd kind of look at the rest of the group and say, I'm so terribly sorry. I never meant for this to happen. And with her very final spell slot, she would cast invisibility on herself and disappear.
Okay. The rest of you are left. Your bittersweet victory.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
I have two very vindictive elves. She's invisible. She doesn't fly.
No.
We're in snow.
Yeah.
Snow leaves footprints.
Technically, you're on ice, but okay. I'm following you.
Is there any way I can kind of follow where she's going and try to tackle her before she leaves? Drathar should be right next to her, so it might be easier for him. If I have to, I will burn my inspiration to do it.
That would give you a straight roll. And I'm gonna give. How do I want to do this?
I'm not trying to kill her, but I'm not going to let her leave.
I understand. How would I do this? I mean, I will let you try. That is not a problem. Well, I mean, I need you to give me a stealth check with advantage against Drathar's perception check at disadvantage.
Okay.
And we let the dice gods decide.
The first was a nat 1. And the second one is a 15 plus 3.
Yep, so an 18. Okay.
And I'd like to use my last luck point as well for one additional roll.
Okay.
Never mind. We'll stick with the 18.
Okay. Drathar, you gotta be an 18 perception at disadvantage.
Doesn't luck mean you go with whatever roll you roll for the luck?
It means I can pick which roll. It says you choose which die to
Okay.
use.
Well, I'm going to use my inspiration, so it's going to be a straight roll.
Okay.
Oh, it's not going to be enough.
Drathar, you kind of emotion welling up inside you as your adrenaline starts to leave your body, as you've dealt massive blows and are taking in this victory and this kind of all of a sudden person just going invisible. Your instincts kick into overdrive as you start furiously looking around in the snow, trying to find evidence of where she's gone. And after a few moments of searching and reaching out frantically in the air, you realize that she's gone.
I'll leave it at that. There's technically one more thing I could do, but I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Both Drathar and Cathela will start moving towards Poppy. Just so I remember right, the only way we got here was the whale, right? That's how we originally got to this island.
Correct.
Yeah.
What was that for?
A decision.
Okay.
Drathar is going to... He's definitely upset about Poppy. But Drathar is going to just turn to Krathok. And he's going to kind of look between Krathok and Corin. And he's just going to say to Krathok, "Your Paladin, do what you can for her body. We need to make sure we can survive, so I'm going to go out and get us at least some firewood, maybe find a shelter of some kind we can hole up in. We need to find a place way off this island, and we need to take her back with us.
What skill would that be?
What?
Preserving a dead body.
It's technically medicine.
All right.
There is magic for it, but you know he'd have to actually pray for it.
I rolled a 17.
Krathok, you go over to Poppy's body and you very gently kind of roll her over onto her back. Her face is untouched. And due to the cold, she looks almost perfectly preserved, as if she was frozen in ice. Being from the mountains and being a Goliath, you're aware of certain techniques of how to use cold and ice and snow to help keep bodies ready for various ceremonies. You take her cloak and you kind of wrap it in snow. There's no heat left in her body, so it doesn't attempt to melt the snow. And the snow acts as kind of an insulation layer to keep her body cold and preserved. Drathar, you and Cathala, after a short while, are able to find another shipwreck for you to take shelter in as the night sets in.
And if we could, we try to scrounge up whatever we could to possibly burn to start a fire.
Sure.
And if we had time, those two would go hunting. Just something simple and something not like hunting a troll, but like something they could at least get, maybe if there's a rabbit or something to get for food.
Yeah, no, you both, between the two of you, are able to scrounge up a couple rabbits, and there's more than enough frozen wood for you to be able to kind of turn into some kindling. It's hard to start at first, given kindling is not really available and all the wood is essentially frozen through, but you're able to get something going. Smoke rises into the night. And as you are all making food and preparing to settle in for the night, you hear a voice on the wind. Where are you, my darlings? I felt it. You did it.
Gorm will start heading out of the cave.
Korn, as you look up to the sky, you see Vindel riding on a griffin with multiple others in tow.
Gordon's just gonna start waving. Down here, Vindel.
Can we see this at all?
Oh yeah, she was using like thaumaturgy, so she was just blasting out to the world, right?
No,
like,
can we see the griffins?
Oh yeah.
Drathar is literally just going to say "fuck."
I forgot.
He swore he would never ride one of them damn things again.
Well, you can walk home
No, I
to a certain
can't.
point. You all load up on the griffins and prepare for a not too terribly long journey back to Bryn Shander. After settling down in the center of town, you come back to a city alive. You can see fires all over the city and smell wonderful foods as there's people playing instruments in the streets, rejoicing that the bitterness of the cold that has been the Frostmaiden's everlasting rime is now broken. Even now the temperature begins to rise and you begin to feel the difference. The air doesn't bite anymore. The wind doesn't cut like it just did. Your bodies have been living in this horrible hellscape for so long that it just feels like relief. You touch down in the center of town. You are greeted by many familiar faces, Duvessa being the first among them. She has a giant smile on her face. She looks to all your faces. Welcome back, all of you. Well done. You did it. You really did it. You've slain her. And as her eyes follow each of your faces, she looks and spies Poppy. Drops to her knees. No. No. She just slowly gets up and walks over and just rests her head on Poppy's body. You fought so hard. You will be deeply missed. It's nice on the other side. And she steps away. As she does, Bardabin, Estia, Scramsax, Nims, Stuart, Drathar, your love interest is escaping my brain right now.
Darla?
Darla.
Yeah, Darla.
All come just screaming out of the inn. Big smiles on faces. Quickly going up to embraces, although they stop and see the somewhat sad expression in the eyes. Bardabin immediately knows. He knows that look. As does Scramsax. As does Nims. And you see Nims and Stuart walk over to the back of the griffin where Poppy's body is. See Stuart just hang his head. He just shakes his head. You can see kind of tears dripping from his Goliath nose. I wished we could have flown again together. You soared like a bird. Nims has no such composure. He's a blubbering idiot. Just hyperventilating, bawling, just snot coming from his nose.
I think Estia would have walked over to Nims in this moment and put her arm around him and like handed him a handkerchief and just kind of pat his back and say like, you know, while she's sobbing also, she would just say like, there now, my love. She fought so bravely so that we could have future, we could have hope, and we should honor her memory and that sacrifice.
He's just gonna look over at you. It shouldn't have been her. She shouldn't have gone. I should have gone. Could have fought. She was too kind. Too kind for this. She didn't deserve this. He just trails off into incoherent, just attempts to cope with his grief. But he accepts your comfort, Estia. And with a soft hand on Poppy's shoulder, he lets it fall to his side and walks with you back towards the inn. Scramsax just walks up. Ah, lass. I'm really gonna miss you. And he very calmly takes Poppy's bow. We're gonna hang this in the tavern, like we do all the heroes that come before. Everyone will know her name. See Bardabin just walk over. In the very kind of fatherly posture that he has. He doesn't say anything. He just gently lays his head against Poppy's body. Says a few soft words to himself. And as he gets up, kisses his fingers and puts them on Poppy's head. And he walks back over to Nims and helps Estia carry, not that he needs to, but helps carry Nims back into the inn. over the next few days. I'll say this. Is there anything anyone else wants to do before we round out tonight?
A round of tea with honey.
Oh, honey, we have the best honey. I'll take care of that right away.
Ithela is gonna use her painting supplies, not that she gets too often, and she is gonna paint a lovely little picture of a certain someone that escaped. She'll pass it around, just wanting information.
Wanted.
You say escaped, but I think you mean disappeared. This is a difference.
Okay.
No, escape.
That's great. That wasn't where I thought you were going with that, but okay.
I know she'll have lots of time in her downtime, but that's a little important right now. You'll spend more time trying to paint a picture of Poppy later, but that's important. She needs some answers.
Sure.
Graythar truthfully will probably spend lots of time with Darla, especially after his own death and now Poppy's.
And your child.
Mm.
Dun dun dun.
Krathok?
Krathok is gonna go and mourn the loss of his friend in the only way he knows how. By stripping down naked and jumping into the freezing water.
Part of me secretly hoped it was going to be at the bottom of a gallon of yak's milk.
Yak's milk. I thought about that for a second, but I was like, nah.
Yeah, then if he was in the naked water, he could act like his own propeller boat. Corin?
Corin's probably just going to drink at the bar.
Vindal's just going to come up next to you, Corin. And, my dear sweet boy, you learn your final lesson. Loss. We have all been lucky to not have to feel its sting in quite some time, with the redemption of our other friends. But this is a loss that is not within our power to change. Acceptance is hard, and it never gets any easier. That's why we must love all the harder. She just gives you a big side hug.
Thank you, Vindel.
Anyone else? In the days following, Poppy is given a proper send-off, a proper funeral, a hero's pyre and burial, right in the center of town. In time, a statue is erected in the center of Bryn Shander of Poppy as a monument to the heroics of the entire party and her sacrifice. Very quickly after, that ceremony, the effects of the Frostmaiden's rhyme are completely dissipated. You can feel the magic that once hung in the air daily leave into a normal calm. The winds don't blow as fiercely. The snow doesn't fall as heavily. It's still Icewind Dale, but it's not the frozen hellscape it has been for so very long. As word spreads of the Frostmaiden's defeat, many of the towns that worshipped her grew disenchanted with her power and turned to worshipping other gods. Trade once again opened back up with the rest of Faerun, as the mountain pass was no longer impassable. As for Draethar and Cathala, trying to find information about this mysterious woman who had so impacted that final day of their expedition, they found nothing.
Even with the help of the Harpers?
No one had seen her. No one knows where she stayed. It's almost as if she didn't exist. Back in the tavern, as Scramsack said, and as Cathala painted a portrait of Poppy, there's a special spot picked out on the wall. The painting was hung, the bow above it, along with its quiver and remaining arrows. Scramsax is gone to a point of annoyance with how often he tells the tale of Poppy, one of the most beautiful women he'd ever seen, with the kindest and fiercest he'd ever known. Now he's always going to miss sitting at the bar and just talking and drinking with her. Sometimes he leaves a little cup out. Over time, people don't seem to know why, but he does. This campaign has been 2 long, grueling years in the frozen lace of Icewind Dale. But it is now the conclusion. You did it. You defeated the Frostmaiden. You've had to endure and overcome loss, but you have left the world a better place. Well done, everybody.
It's kind of a bittersweet victory. We lost Poppy.
We did. We did.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mimi. I want to give you a big hug right now.
Couldn't have done it without her.
I'm sorry, Mimi. I should have let Krathok die instead.
Ouch! Damn!
Wow.
Wow!
Maybe also has never had good luck with death saves.
Oh. Wow! So savage.
Corn's going home.
And everyone in town was like, F that guy. Yeah.
Look, Krathok was a good person, okay? He did what he could.
You all were good people.
Aw.
Yeah, you hear that, Geigen? Thank you.
mean,
I think he's talking about
Estia.
Estia, not Wilhelmina.
Wow.
And I didn't say I was going to capture and kill her. We just needed some questions.
I'm not saying you did. And all I'm saying is that if you really knew how on brand that whole interaction was for her character, you would be impressed. Like, impressed.
You're just lucky I wasn't actually carried more about actually getting her. Because I could have, as an action, just summoned my bat, which would have saw her perfectly fine.
Sure.
You don't know what other tricks I had up my sleeve either, so.
I don't think you can hide from blind sight at all.
Who said
with-
hide?
Not
Hide?
Not with invisibility. But yeah, XCal, you came in. Episode 60. The final fight. The final episode of Rime of the Frostmaiden. My goodness, folks.
That was
Amazing.
that was heavy. That was a heavy episode. By the way, 10
Oh, yeah.
HP is what I had left, and literally my last spell slot was that invisibility.
Yeah, what did everybody have? Cathala, you and Drathar were both full still, right?
Drathar is 44, Cthulhu 61. She only lost after that health
Yeah.
potion 5. It was good.
I'm
Completely
at
spent.
51 out of 76.
Yeah, Corin, how beat up were you?
32 out of 65.
Yeah.
Yeah, me, freaking casting a spell on me while I'm sprinting at the fucking thing. Like, I'm just imagining freaking Craplock running and going, ah!
So I think all of those absorb elements actually saved my life. I think they
Yeah.
exactly added up to 10, which is how many hit points I left with.
Yeah.
Because it was 5, 1, and 4,
Yeah,
which is crazy.
that was insane. Yeah, honestly, that boss fight was way different than I thought it was going to be when we left it last week. Because, yeah, that was just that went really rough. And I didn't realize it was going to be that rough. I thought you guys were going to blank her off the map almost instantly.
We could have, or we could have completely got annihilated. That's what you play with dice for.
The easiest way to have knocked her out is if we actually all got together, so
Right.
her teleport wouldn't have meant much, but we'd all have to actually get together.
Right. Oh, jeepers. So, I guess I will take this opportunity to once again say thank you to everybody. You guys are amazing, and I appreciate everybody's time and dedication to the campaign over the past 2 years. Magic, it is an absolute treat to be able to finish off this adventure when we had you here at the beginning.
Thanks for letting me come rejoin.
Hells yeah.
Yeah.
It felt good to be Estia for a few moments at the end too.
I
It
was
just
so
felt
happy
right.
you did. I
It
was
just
like, please be
felt
Estia. Please.
I was even happy to have you back, even if I wanted to kill your character.
We're gonna have to
XCal,
agree to
this was
disagree.
crazy. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. I guess I'll just say this. As usual, everyone is everyone is in this group, we will talk more about what we have in store next. But
Can we level up?
Sure, you can level up. Level 10.
Yes!
There you
Level
go.
10!
Why not? Level
Maybe
10.
levels with the afterlife.
I don't get to level up.
Oh!
You ascended. It's different.
Yeah, you're
So
level
wait,
you're
I-
level 9, level 1 ghost.
have this idea. Do you think that maybe possibly we could have had a long rest by now?
What do you mean?
Sleep on the back.
Do we have a long? Did I get a long rest?
Well, Amina had a long rest, sure.
I know. I was just messing.
Yeah. You can have long rests and level up. It's great. But yeah, so there's definite plans for what's kind of coming next. I think given the holiday stretch coming up and the amount of works coming up, I don't want to say too much. But I'll say that Geigen and I have a plan for the next campaign that will be run, and it'll be a joint effort. So it's going to be very, very interesting and very different from this. So as usual, everyone here, I would hope that you would come back and keep playing on Monday nights as we have some awesome stuff. But yeah, it's good.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely. Fun time.
I keep forgetting about all these auras I have.
I keep forgetting about things my character can do. That is so Krathok. Thank you.
Nope.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
or any spells that you could technically have.
they're all
Oh.
auras. They're all auras that I give to other people. So like I don't think about it as much. Like my aura of protection. Well, while you're conscious, you grant all friendly creatures within 10 feet a +1 bonus to their saving throw. Aura of alacrity. Your walking speed is increased by 10. Yes, I knew that one. But if you aren't incapacitated, the walking speed of any ally who starts their turn within 5 feet also increases by 10 feet until the end of that turn.
So you could have helped Corn go fast.
Go a little bit faster at least.
Yeah. And
I mean,
Soccer, so you got
so
stories.
he's still at what, 30 or 24, 25?
Yeah. Well, not to cut this short, but it is getting late, and I know a lot of us do have, or at least some of us have got to do the worky things tomorrow morning. I know Mimi's one of them, and I'm sorry, Mimi. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm sorry.
You think I could sleep after this? God
No.
damn it, night.
I'm sorry. I'll still be up for a little bit if anyone wants to hang out. But yes, anybody, if you haven't gone in Discord and want to hang out in there, please do. There's a whole section for D&D where we get to talk about stuff. And now that the Rime is done, we can debrief about things. And if you guys played in the campaign, we could talk about what was different, what was the same. I know yours was probably really different, at least at the beginning, because we started essentially in a homebrew start. So fun. Geigen, we don't have game tomorrow, right?
No, Gage was busy, so we won't have game.
Yep, we got holiday this week, so no Pathfinder tomorrow night. I will most likely still be streaming on Wednesday, doing something. I don't know what yet, but we'll figure it out. Pie. Now that political things are done, are you gonna be streaming a little bit more? Or are you?
Yeah, I
what's up
plan
with
on
you?
streaming some this week. Thursday and Friday I'm gonna be gone, so obviously because Thanksgiving. But
Your birthday's on Saturday, and Mimi's birthday on Saturday.
Yes, my birthday is on Saturday.
Whose
And
birthday?
Happy
It's on
birthday.
Both,
Thank
both
you.
of yours.
She did. She said Mimi's birthday Saturday.
No,
I
but
said
she
your
said
birthday
that
and
for
Mimi's
me
birthday.
I was
because
saying that to him because he always is selfish about it.
Oh.
it's my motherfucking birthday. I'm gonna be selfish.
Fair enough.
Happy birthday, Mimi! We killed your character. I mean,
Make me feel like a dick.
Well, you're not the dick. Wilhelmina is.
I mean, I bear a little bit of the blame with the 11.
True.
Oh,
Never mind, you're a dick.
there you go. Thank you.
I tried to change it by saying that 20, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not right.
No.
I mean, I guess you could say it's
Yeah.
a dual gift from Wilhelmina and Knight. All wrapped up, giant fireball.
it was the deal with the devil that was the undoing.
Yeah.
honestly.
Deals with the devil never work out.
I forgot to make the voice.
Anyways, happy
The deal
birthday.
is struck.
Happy birthday.
Oh, you mean the
Yes.
second time?
Yes, that's what I meant to. The deal is
Oh.
struck. Her vision blurs slightly as the fireball fields off.
And it did two. It did two fails because it was fire damage, or
No, it did.
No, because of how much damage it was.
how much damage it was.
'Cause
It,
it
it
was
was
too
almost
strong.
honestly another point. It would have straight killed her outright.
oh, I didn't know how that worked.
It's bad.
Is it on a 10 threshold? Is that why? Oh, okay. Yeah,
I mean, if you go down,
I did not know.
If you go down and the amount of damage that brings you down is a certain number of points above a certain threshold, you instantly die too. Like it's
Yeah, like
it's
equal
bad.
to your health, I think, right? Like if you go negative, the amount of your
It's bad.
HP.
It's
yeah.
bad.
Not in 5e, but yes, in Pathfinder, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, yeah,
I didn't want to ask at the moment, but I did want to. I wasn't sure why it was doubled. I thought it was because it's fire, but it was because of the amount.
were you at least okay with how I handled it, Mimi?
Well, I cued you to check your DMs, so
That
we're
part,
good.
yes, but at least in the moment, I didn't want to just like skirt. Like you got to see the orc chief, and also the werebear that saved you as a child.
Yeah.
Thought that was kind of nice. I was like, who the hell would Poppy see? Think, Knight, think.
Yeah.
No, that was good.
So
He only planned for Krathok's death.
I know. Who would Krathok see? An endless sea of women.
That are mad at him.
No, they all outlived him easily. He don't see any of them.
No. He would have an endless supply of yak's milk.
Excuse me. I have freaking Krathok's got one love of his life now. Okay.
Now,
Now. Now. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here, everybody. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. And for those of you that have been on this journey with us the whole time, thank you so much. And we'll catch you guys in the future. Keep your eyes on Discord. Keep your eyes on Twitter for more info on the next campaign. But it will definitely be after the new year that it starts back up again. So I might stream on Monday nights just to do things and keep up the stream and have fun and hang out with everybody. But
And I'll be
beyond that-
doing a little bit of a birthday stream on Saturday.
Oh, Mimi got a
Saturday
stream. Go hang
Yeah,
out
so
with Mimi.
Knight, come join me so I can kill you in Minecraft.
It's fair. It's fair. If we don't record this weekend, which we might not because of Thanksgiving, we probably won't because of Thanksgiving. But if we don't record, then I'll happily come and hang out for a little bit. It's gonna be fun.
Yep.
All right. Love your faces, everybody. Be the light in the dark. Thanks again for being here, and we will catch you guys next time. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
bye.
Later.